everyone, Uncle Jojo Wonjika to another Rip Roaring episode. I see heaps of people on site these days using straight edges with tracks and a saw to cut doors or skirts and things like that down to size or panels. What I'm going to show you is an old school technique. We don't have a guide, I don't have a track system, I just have a straight edge. So I'm going to show you an old school system that we've used for ages. And when I was doing my apprenticeship, I actually just kept the straight edges from shower screens. So the aluminium tracks from shower screens were always really nice and straight, and they were always around about the 2 meters, 2.1 meters mark. It was perfect for this kind of a thing. We get a nice piece of aluminium that's true and square, so nice and straight, and there's no bows or twists in it. And then we're going to cut down this door. So if you have a look just down here, you can see here we're going to be taking about 8 mil off this end and about 2 mil off the other end. First thing I want to do, get my straight edge on that mark. Thank you. So we just want to get that just on the mark. We'll just mark exactly where that is. Then we've got a nice straight line all the way down. Next, what we're going to do is get the circular saw. We're going to measure the distance between the edge of the guide and the edge of the blade. Then what we're going to do is clamp this straight edge down onto the door, and then we'll be able to run that saw straight down the edge of this, and it'll be spot on Mickey Mouse grouse. One thing that you really want to watch out for when you're doing something like this is you want to make sure that the clamps won't move, or how would you say, wiggle. You don't want any wiggle, because otherwise then the saw cut itself will move. So make sure your power is not connected when you're doing anything with your circular saw. Then measure your distance from the tooth of the blade, so this is my tooth of my blade, to the actual edge of my straight edge. Make sure also that the edge of the saw is clean and there's nothing here. If that's got a piece of plaster on it or a bit of glue, then I can throw my hole cut out by about 1.5 mil, 2 mil, if not more, which is what we don't want. We measure the distance from our tooth to the edge, which is 38 mil. Just double check that, so it's 38 mil. So what we want to do is run down here to the 38 mil mark. And then we can put our straight edge hard up against that and clamp it into position. Yep, that's good. So we're right on that mark now. You can see that's in a good position. So we'll run our saw down here. Make sure our blade depth is going to be deep enough for the door. Another thing you need to make sure of on something like this is that it's a solid door. You can't be taking off too much of your edges if you're using honeycomb doors or hollow core doors. Otherwise there's not going to be anything there and you'll weaken the door too much. You also won't be able to hinge it. You should have a nice slither like this, straight away after it. This is going to an old existing door jamb. That's why we've got to cut this down the way that we do. Take that off. So the other thing that we'll want to do is just re-arrest this edge and get this nice and not too sharp at the moment. So we'll just run our our block plane or our palm plane down this and take that edge off, and then that will be ready to start to hinge. Thanks for watching. Any questions or queries about making up your own straight edge on site, flick it over. I'll answer it for you best I can, whatever I can. Thanks for watching, and like always, stay unreal, banana peels. I'll see you in the soup.